Hello everyone, myself B. Vijaya, lecturer in chemistry, Indira Priyadarshini Government Degree College for Women, Nampalli. And we are discussing molecular orbital theory in the chapter chemical bonding. We already discussed the postulates of molecular orbital theory. That means salient features of molecular orbital theory in my previous video. If you don't watch that one, please have a look into that. Today we are going to discuss about applications of molecular orbital theory. This is popularly known as MOT. The first example of molecular orbital theory I am taking uh, is water molecule. Before taking the water molecule, I want to tell you one more thing also. So this molecular formation, as I told you earlier in my previous video, these molecules may be a homonuclear molecules or heteronuclear molecules. So these are of two types, homonuclear molecules and heteronuclear molecules. And first we are going to learn about the how the homonuclear molecule formation will be takes place. Homonuclear diatomic molecules. Homonuclear diatomic molecules. Homonuclear diatomic molecules. So how the this homonuclear diatomic molecules will form, let us see now. The first example I am taking H2. So this how the hydrogen molecule will form as per the molecular orbital theory, let us know now. So the first example I have taken, this is the H2 molecule, and this H2 molecule is formed by the combination of one hydrogen atom overlapped with or merged with the another hydrogen. So it results the formation of bond. That means after forming a bond this between the two hydrogen atoms, this is called as now molecule. This is called as a molecule. So since it is a two different atoms of the and same elements, right? So this is one atom and this is the second atom. This is the second atom. So these two atoms of hydrogen element, when joined together or when merged together, they are forming a molecule with a sigma bond formation. With a sigma bond formation. So in the H2 molecule, how many hydrogens are there? Here, this is the one hydrogen and this is the another hydrogen. So the two hydrogen atoms are present in the H2 molecule. We have to know in the molecular orbital theory, we must know the number of, means atomic number of each atom present in the molecule, right? So then the electronic configuration of each atom present in the molecule and the total number of each, means the total number of electrons present in the molecules. So here I am writing the first point here is we have to know what is the atomic number of hydrogen. Since this is the two atoms are similar, means they belongs to the same element hydrogen. So that is the reason I am taking here only one hydrogen details here. That means the atomic number of hydrogen I am taking as the first point, atomic number of each hydrogen we can say. Each hydrogen, that means two hydrogens are there in the H2 molecule, right? So each hydrogen is one, right? And the second point in this molecular orbital theory is the electronic configuration of each hydrogen again. Each hydrogen again means for two hydrogens I am writing. So this is same for the two hydrogens. So that is 1s1, right? So now the third point is total number of electrons present in the H2 molecule. H2 molecule, how many electrons are present in the this H2 molecule? Hydrogen is having one electron and this hydrogen is also having one electron, so that the total number of electrons are 2 electrons are there in the each hydrogen. Then the fourth step in the molecular orbital theory is the construction of energy level diagram. The construction of energy level diagram. So in this, the atomic orbitals, the pure atomic orbitals of each hydrogen is combined with each other and they merge it together forms the same equivalent number of the molecular orbitals in this way. So these pure atomic orbitals are having this is the atomic orbital of hydrogen atom, one hydrogen atom, and this is the atomic orbital of another hydrogen atom, isn't it? So here the atomic orbital of the hydrogen atom is having a electronic configuration 1s1 and this atomic orbital of hydrogen atom is having a electronic configuration 1s1. That means here in this s orbital there is a one electron present in the each hydrogen atom, and when they merge it together, they forms the equal number of the or same number of the molecular orbital. So this is the lower energy level is the bonding molecular orbital which represents with the sigma, and this higher energy level will be represent with the sigma star, and this will be the anti-bonding molecular orbital. So here these two electrons are merging together and forming a pair of electrons according to Hund's rule, Pauli's exclusion principle, etc. So they will fill in the lower energy level to get the stability. Right? At the lower energy level only they are very stable. And here two electrons are present in the bonding molecular orbitals, that means which represents with the sigma symbol. So this is written as sigma 1s2. So now what is the fifth point is here. Here I am writing the fifth point. The fifth point is writing the electronic configuration of H2 molecule now. H2 molecule, not an atom. So please don't confuse here. Here I have written the electronic configuration of hydrogen atom, right? Hydrogen atom which is participate in the bonding formation in order to form a H2 molecule. So after the production, means after the formation of the H2 molecule, now what will be the electronic configuration? So this will be bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals come into the picture here. So the electronic configuration of H2 molecule is sigma 1s2. So this is the electronic configuration of H2 molecule. Now sigma 1s2 means here the two electrons are there in the bonding molecular orbital. That means what will be the uh, magnetic behavior of this molecule now? What will be the magnetic behavior? The magnetic behavior of H2 molecule is which is a diamagnetic. Why it is a diamagnetic? Why? Because this H2 molecule is having a two paired electrons, right? So paired electrons, that means they are having the spins opposite to each other, so there is no unpaired electron present. So since there is no unpaired electron present, the H2 molecule will become a diamagnetic substance. And what will be the bond order for this molecule, H2 molecule? What will be the bond order? Means how many number of bonds it can form. bond order. So how many number of the bonds it will form? So what will be the definition of bond order? It is one half of the electrons present in bonding molecular orbitals minus the electrons present in the anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So this will be the bond order. So the bonding molecular orbitals, how many number of bonding molecular orbitals? There is only 2 electrons we have here in the bonding molecular orbitals, and in anti-bonding molecular orbitals there are no electrons and divided by 2. So 2 minus 0 will be the 2 only, and 2 divided by 2 which will gives the 1. That means what is the bond order? The bond order will be the 1. That means each hydrogen can form a only single bond between the any other element. It may be a homo or it may be a heteroatom. So it can form a only one bond. That will be the bond order of the hydrogen molecule. Second one is the helium molecule. Helium 2. So as per this theory, whether this helium can form the bond or not, this is the exception one. Actually, this is the more important one also, especially for the students, those who are preparing for the competitive examinations level. So, helium 2 molecule, and each helium contains, what is the first point here? So we need to remember this point so that we can easily obtain the marks. Very easy to remember also, the stepwise manner, the 7 steps, whatever the 7 steps I have given here, these 7 steps we need to remember all the time. So it is very important. And for heteronuclear diatomic molecules, there will be addition of two more electrons, two more points will be added actually. So for helium I am taking, so the helium is the combination of two helium atoms, right? So as I explained earlier in the case of hydrogen, so helium is having a, means helium molecule is having a two atoms of the same element, that is the helium atoms only. So here the atomic number of, what is the first point? Atomic number of each helium atom. Each helium atom. What is the atomic number? That is 2. And second one is the electronic configuration of helium atom is 1s2, right? And what is the third point now? The total number of helium molecule now. Helium, sorry, total number of electrons in helium molecule. So how many electrons will be present? So each helium atom is having a 2 electrons, and the another helium atom is also having 2 electrons. So 2 plus 2, that is 4. And what is the fourth point now? The fourth point is the construction of energy level diagram here. So this is the energy level diagram, and the helium is having 1s2 electronic configuration. We can only write the outermost orbital only. So here 1s2 is the outermost orbital for the helium atom. So 1s2 pure atomic orbital of the helium atom here, right? This is the helium atom, and when they combine with each other they forms a sorry, they forms a molecular orbitals, they forms a molecular orbitals One is the bonding molecular orbital represent with the sigma, and another one is the sigma star, that is the anti-bonding molecular orbital. So another, this one is the lower energy one, is the bonding molecular orbital, and they are connected with each other. So here two electrons are present and here two electrons are present, and these total how many number of electrons? 4 electrons. So when these two atomic orbitals combine, so 4 electrons will revolve around the nucleus of the 2 nuclei of helium, right? So, in bonding electrons, bonding molecular orbital is having a 2 electrons, and anti-bonding molecular orbitals are also having a 2 electrons now. And what will be the fifth point here? The electronic configuration. Writing the electronic configuration. So electronic configuration of helium molecule, right? So how to write the electronic configuration in the ascending order, like from low energy level to the high energy level. So sigma 1s2 is having a less energy than the, means lesser energy than sigma star 1s2 electrons. So here bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbitals are having same number of the electrons. The next point is, what is the next point? The magnetic behavior. Magnetic behavior of this helium molecule is, what is the magnetic behavior of helium molecule? So which is a diamagnetic. Why it is a diamagnetic? Because both bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals are having a same electrons, means both are having a paired electrons. So since there are no unpaired electrons, they will be having a diamagnetic property. And what is the next point? The seventh point is, what is the seventh point here is, yes, bond order. The calculation of bond order. Bond order is equal to the bonding molecular orbital, number of electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals minus anti-bonding molecular orbitals divided by 2. Right? So in bonding molecular orbitals, how many electrons are there? 2 electrons are there, minus in anti-bonding molecular orbitals are also 2 electrons are there, and divided by 2. So 2 minus 2, it will be a 0. 0 by 2 is 0 only. So there will be no bonding takes place. No bonding will be takes place. No bonding will be takes place between two helium atoms. Okay, so this is a very important point to know, because as per this theory, molecular orbital theory, there will be no bonding takes place between a two helium atoms. So it is very important one. And so if we take the third example I am taking, that is the helium 2 plus, right? So this is taking place between a, means this is the molecule which is taking place between a, one will be the helium atom and another will be the helium plus ion. One will be the atom, neutral gaseous atom, and another one is the positive charged species plus ion. That means it lost one electron. So helium here, which is having a electronic configuration of 1s2, but here helium is having a electronic configuration 1s1 only. Why? Because so one of the electron from this s orbital is left, means it loses one electron. Then let us see now whether the bond takes place between these two, means one helium atom and a helium ion is taking place or not. as per this molecular orbital theory? Let us see now. So the first point is the atomic number of each helium atom. So what is the atomic number? That is the 2, right? And second point is atomic number is same only. But here the helium, here this is the one atom and this is the one ion. So electronic configuration we have to write electronic configuration of helium atom. I am writing. Okay. So this is the helium atom. This is the atom and this is the helium ion. Okay. So helium atom, electronic configuration of helium atom is 1s2. And what will be our third point now? So we have to give the information of both the atoms present here, whether it may be an atom or ion. So this helium ion loses one electron and having a 1s1 electronic configuration, so that we need to mention that also. So electronic configuration of helium plus ion. So how it is forming? By losing one electron from the 1s1 orbital. So this the remaining one electron. So 1s1. And what will be our fourth point now? That is the total number of electrons. Total number of electrons present in helium 2 plus molecule. So, how many total number of electrons? Here 2 electrons plus here 1 electron. So, total number of electron will be 3. Now, we have to draw the energy profile diagram here. So, the energy profile diagram, this is the fifth point, the energy level diagram. For helium 2 plus ion. So the energy profile diagram, so this I am taking as a 1s2. 1s2 is for the electronic configuration of helium atom, right? So this is the helium atom I am taking this side, and another one is the helium ion I am taking. This contains only one electron, so helium plus ion, right? So when these atomic orbitals combine with each other, the two bonding molecular orbitals will form, and one will be a bonding molecular orbital and another one will be a anti-bonding molecular orbital, and this represents with the sigma symbol and this represents with the sigma star symbol. So here it is a 1s2 electrons, and here this is a electronic configuration. After filling the electronic configuration, here two electrons are there, here one electron is there, so total 3 electrons. Among the 3 electrons, first two will be filled in the bonding molecular orbital and remained one electron will be filled in the anti-bonding molecular orbital. And let us combine these atomic orbitals and molecular orbitals here. The meaning of this is the dotted lines is these two atomic orbitals are forming into, converting into a bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So here the sigma star is having a electronic configuration of 1s1, right? So now what will be the sixth point now? The sixth point is the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration of helium 2 plus ion. So electronic configuration of helium 2 plus ion sigma 1s2, and which is less energy than, because this is having a lesser energy, right, than the sigma star, that means anti-bonding molecular orbital. So sigma star 1s1. And what will be the magnetic behavior of this molecule? So here magnetic behavior will be paramagnetic, right? Paramagnetic. Why it is having a paramagnetic property? So what is the reason for this is because of one unpaired electron present in the molecular orbitals. Here in the molecular orbitals only we have to look, and in if any electron, unpaired electron is there in the um, molecular orbitals, either in bonding molecular orbital or anti-bonding molecular orbital, that will be a that compound will be a paramagnetic compound or paramagnetic substance. So, and what will be our next point? That is the eighth point. That is bond order, right? Bond order. And what will be the formula for bond order? The electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals minus anti-bonding molecular orbital electrons, means number of electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals divided by 2. So the difference between these two, here the bonding molecular orbitals are 2 minus the number of electrons present in the anti-bonding electrons, how many here? 1. So divided by 2. 2 minus 1 is a 1. 1 by 2 is this, is 0.5. That means there will be a partial, means the weak bond takes place between a helium atom and helium plus ion. But if we, when we have we saw this one helium 2 molecule, there is no bonding will be taking place. There is no bonding is taking place between the helium 2 molecule, means 2 helium atoms. But here at least the partial bonding is there in between the helium and helium plus ion. So there will be a partial weaker bond. There will be a weak bond is taking place between a weak bond is taking place between a helium atom and helium plus ion. And for lithium to nitrogen, actually there will be a same, means as per the electronic configuration we have to fill the electrons, so it is same. And I want to give you the example of nitrogen. uh, okay, the next example means fourth one is I am taking the example of boron now. Boron, and for boron molecule, B2 molecule, means it is a homonuclear diatomic molecule. Whether it is taking place or not, let us see now. So boron molecule, and there is a bond between a two boron atoms, right? This is one boron atom and this one another boron atom, so B2. So what is the first one? The atomic number of boron atom. Each boron atom is, what is the atomic number of boron atom? So which is a 5, right? 5. And the electronic configuration of each boron atom is 1s2 2s2 p1. So this is the outermost orbital here, And the third point is total number of total number of electrons present in the boron molecule, B2 molecule. So, how many total number of boron means electrons present in the boron molecule will be? I am taking the consideration of only valency electrons, or otherwise we can take a total number of electrons, means 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1. So, total 5 electrons are there in the one boron atom, in another boron atom also 5. So, total number of electrons, we can take a 10 electrons also here, 10 electrons. Okay, I am taking 10 electrons. And the fourth point will be the construction of the energy level diagram of boron molecule. So, the energy level diagram of boron molecule will be, so the energy level of boron molecule. So, energy level here is 1 is, this is for the first orbital, 1 is 2, and here 1 is 2. This is the one boron atom and this one is the another boron atom. So, they will both form the molecular orbitals. Here this is the sigma bonding and this is the sigma star bonding, and this is the bonding molecular orbital, and the higher energy one will be the anti-bonding molecular orbital, right? So here two electrons, it is a paired one. Okay, two electrons. And the next one is also a boron, 2s2 electronic configuration. So, this side and this side. So, this sides will give the information of the electronic configuration of boron atom. One boron atom and another boron atom here. So, this is the 2s2. So, here this will be the bonding molecular orbital and this will be the anti-bonding molecular orbital. So, here I am combining with each other, and here two electrons are there, here also two electrons are there, and two electrons. So, this is the sigma and this will be the sigma star, and here the 3p means electronic configuration. Here I am writing the 2p1, only one electron is there in the p orbital. So, this is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1 of one boron atom, and this 1s2, 2s2, 2p1 of another, means electronic configuration of another boron atom. So, this is the 2p1, and how the bonding will be takes place, means how the molecular orbitals will be takes place. So, uh, means below than the 7, atomic number 7, the two atomic orbitals, means pi bonding first they will form, and then the sigma bonding, and then pi star, sigma star. So, this is the, pi star, this is the sigma star, and this one will be the pi star. So, these are the anti-bonding molecular orbitals and bonding molecular orbitals. So, now this one electron will be here, right? So, this is the pi orbital 2p, 2py or 2pz orbital, and this one will be the 2p x orbital. So, So here the next example is fourth one I am taking, that is the boron molecule, B2 molecule. So whether this molecule is forming or not as per the molecular orbital theory, let us see now. Boron molecule, and in this boron molecule, this is the combination of two atoms of boron merged together, right? So the first point, what is the first point of the this molecular orbital theory? We need to know the atomic number. First we have to write the atomic number of each boron atom, each boron atom. So each boron atom, what is the atomic number? That is the 5, right? So the second point is the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration of each boron atom is 1s2, 2s2, p1 electronic configuration. And the third point of this molecular orbital theory is we have to know the total number of electrons. The total number of electrons in B2 molecule. B2 molecule. So in B2 molecule, how many number of electrons are there? So total 5 electrons plus another boron atom is also having 5 electrons in the B2 molecule. So total number of electrons are 10. And what will be the energy level diagram? So I am drawing here energy level diagram. I am drawing of boron molecule. This is 1s orbital and 1s orbital. We need to remember this atomic orbital electronic configuration. We need to write one atom this side and another atom this side. So I am writing the electronic configuration of 1s2 of one boron atom, one boron atom, and this is the electronic configuration of 1s2 is the electronic configuration of another boron atom. So these two are combining with each other and forming a molecular orbitals. That is the one is the BMO, that is bonding molecular orbital. Another one is the anti-bonding molecular orbital. So they are merging together and forming a bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Bonding molecular orbitals will exhibit with the means represents with the sigma symbol, and anti-bonding molecular orbital represents with the sigma star symbol. So here two electrons are there and here also two electrons, total 4 electrons, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Similarly, the second orbital, that means 2s2 electronic configuration, 2s2, and second orbital of boron contains the 2s2 electrons. So here these two atomic orbitals are merging together and forming a bonding molecular orbital, anti-bonding molecular orbital. This is the sigma and this is the sigma star. So sigma is having a sorry, here one is 2 electrons and one is 2 electrons, and here this is a 2s2 electrons and sigma star 2s2 electrons. So this is the anti-bonding molecular orbital and this will be a bonding molecular orbital. So this will be a BMO and ABMO, right? So the next one is the p orbitals. The p orbitals is to p1. So one electron is present. So if you see here, this is the atomic electronic configuration of one boron atom, and if you see here this side on right side, the electronic configuration of another boron atom, 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p1, and this is the electronic configuration. And when these p orbitals are merged together, so one of the p orbital will be takes place, means the linear combination will be takes place in that in such a way that horizontal overlapping or uh, horizontal merging will be takes place, that will gives the sigma bonding, right? sigma bonding, and another one is the sigma star bonding. So sigma star bonding always which is having a highest energy level. And the another two orbital, the linear, the sidewise overlapping and vertical overlapping will be gives the pi orbital. So this is the pi star, and this is also a pi star. So for easy recognition, I am giving this for this anti-bonding molecular orbital. So for sigma orbital, I am giving as a sigma star 2px and pi star 2py, pi star 2pz. So this is the sigma orbital, and that is a 2px orbital, and another two will be pi orbital. This is the pi orbital, and this is one is the again pi orbital. So this is the pi 2pz orbital, and this is the pi 2py orbital. Okay, so the merging will be takes place in this way. So here how many electrons are there? Two electrons are there in the each atom. So one electron will enter here and another electron will be enter here, because these two are the equivalent energy levels, right? So because of that reason, these two electrons, these two orbitals are having one electron in each. So this is the fourth point, that is the energy level diagram. And what will be the fifth point? Writing the electronic configuration, right? Electronic configuration of B2 molecule. B2 molecule. So we have to write this electronic configuration. I forgotten to fill the electrons here. I'm sorry. So here also I have filled. Now write the electronic configuration in the ascending order of their energy level. So first one is the least energy one is sigma 1s2 is having a lesser energy than the sigma star, right? Sigma star 1s2, and then lesser energy than sigma 2s2, 2s2 electrons, and is having a less energy than sigma star 2s2, and which is having a lesser energy than, here these two are having a same energies. So pi pi sorry pi 2py is having one electron, and which is having the equal energy, not less than, right? So pi 2pz also having a one electron. Why these are forming a pi orbitals? Because these pi orbitals are taking place, the addition of orbitals, when the addition of the orbitals in the slantwise manner or vertical manner, vertical overlapping or vertical merging or slantwise merging, if takes place, that gives the pi orbital formation. So pi bonding. So these are the electronic configuration, and rest of the orbitals does not have any electrons. Now if you see the electronic configuration, here one unpaired electron is there, here one unpaired electron is there. So our sixth point will be the about magnetic behavior, right? Magnetic property or magnetic behavior of boron molecule. So in the magnetic behavior, unpaired electrons are there, two unpaired electrons are there, and because of the two unpaired electrons, it will be a paramagnetic substance. This will be a paramagnetic molecule or substance. And what is the seventh point now? The calculation of bond order. The bond order is equal to the number of electrons present in the bonding molecular orbital minus the number of electrons present in the anti-bonding molecular orbitals divided by 2. So how many bonding molecular orbital electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals? So this is the bonding molecular orbital, this is the anti bonding molecular orbital. So this is bonding, and this is anti-bonding. This is the bonding, this is anti-bonding, and these two are the bonding molecular orbitals. Now let us check how many electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals. 2 plus 2, 4 and 5, 6. So total 6 bonding molecular orbitals, 6 electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals, and in anti-bonding molecular orbitals 2 plus 2. So total 4 electrons are there in the anti-bonding molecular orbital and divided by 2. 6 minus 4 is 2 divided by 2. So, which will gives the 1. Means the boron can form only one bond between the another boron atom or between the any other element. Means atom of an element is called as a bond order. Means only single bond it can form. And let us see now the fifth molecule, that is the nitrogen molecule, N2 molecule, which is having a atomic number. The first point is atomic number of nitrogen. Atomic number of nitrogen. Each nitrogen in the N2 molecule. So, nitrogen atom. What is the atomic number of nitrogen? That is 7, right? Atomic number is 7. The second point is the electronic configuration of each nitrogen atom in the N2 molecule. So 1s2, 2s2, p3, right? So the second orbital here is the outermost orbital. The third point is here the total number of electrons in N2 molecule. N2 molecule. So how many total number of N2 molecule is there? Total 14 electrons are there. 14 electrons are the total number of electrons. But if we take into the consideration of only outermost orbital electronic configuration, so here 5 electrons are there, and in both the nitrogens together totally 10 electrons. This is only valency electrons of the nitrogen, and these are the total electrons. Whatever we can take, whatever it may be, this either 14 electrons and 10 electrons. So here better we need to take the 14 electrons only. But here I am not going to give the inner orbital configuration in the energy level diagram. So, fourth point here I am writing the the molecular orbital energy level diagram. So, in molecular orbital energy level diagram, I am taking the just valency shell electronic configuration here. So, because it is completely the place is very less, so that is the reason I am not taking this one as inner orbital, only valency shell I am taking. So this is 2s2 electronic configuration of nitrogen, one of the nitrogen atom, and this is the 2s2 electronic configuration of another nitrogen atom, right? So this is the electronic configuration. So this orbital containing 2 electrons, and this orbital is also having 2 electrons, and here the another orbitals, means they will form the bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals by combining themselves, right? So here this is the bonding molecular orbital, and this one is the anti-bonding molecular orbital. And bonding molecular orbital is represents with the sigma symbol. Anti-bonding molecular orbital represents with the sigma star symbol. And here this is two electrons are there, and here two electrons are there, right? And sigma star, so sigma 2s2 electrons and sigma star 2s2 electrons. So here this is the 2p3 electronic configuration of atomic orbitals of nitrogen, one nitrogen, and the another nitrogen is also having 2p3 electronic configuration, outermost electronic configuration of another nitrogen. So these are the atomic orbitals, right? So one electron present in each nitrogen, so in this way. And what I told you, the first pi bonds are having a less energy than the sigma bond here up to nitrogen, and here pi star orbitals are having lesser energy than the sigma star anti-bonding molecular orbital. So this is the pi star and this is also a pi star. Okay, pi star molecular orbital. So now these are the pi orbital and pi orbital. This is the sigma orbital of this when the merging of these two p orbitals will be takes place. So here total number of how many electrons are there? 6 electrons are there. One. First we need to fill. Then after half pair, then we have to pair with the another electrons, pairing up the another electrons, and here two electrons. So there are no electrons in the anti-bonding. These are the anti-bonding molecular orbitals, right? And these two are the bonding molecular orbitals, bonding molecular orbitals. So now this is a 2py, this is a 2py, and this is a 2pz. So total two electrons are there, two electrons are there, and here sigma 2p x, two electrons are there. And what will be the next point? The fifth point is the electronic configuration. So we need to write the electronic configuration of N2 molecule. N2 molecule we have to write. So what is the electronic configuration? Now we have to write in a ascending order wise. So sigma 2s2 is lesser energy than the sigma star. This is the sigma star, right? Sigma star 2s2. So sigma star 2s2, and which is the less energy than pi orbital, and each pi orbital are equivalent. So this is the 2py, two electrons are there, and 2pz orbital also is having a two electrons, and these are lesser energy than the sigma 2px, two electrons, right? So this is the electronic configuration now. And sixth point, what is the sixth point now? Is there any unpaired electrons are there? So the magnetic behavior we have to write, right? So magnetic behavior, magnetic behavior is depends upon the number of unpaired electrons. If any unpaired electrons are there, that is considered as a paramagnetic substance. When it comes under the external magnetic field, it will be attracted by the external magnetic field. So because of the absence of unpaired electrons, so it will be repulsed or unaffected by this particular molecule. N2 molecule will be repulsed or unaffected by the external magnetic field. So this property is called as the diamagnetic property. Means because of absence of or presence of all paired electrons, absence of unpaired electrons, this is the diamagnetic substance. And the next one is the bond order calculation, right? Bond order calculation, number of electrons present in the bonding molecular orbital minus number of electrons present in the anti-bonding molecular orbitals divided by 2. So which will gives the bond order. So how many number of bonds it can form, let us see now. So this bonding molecular orbital, number of electrons present in the bonding molecular orbital, this is the bonding molecular orbital and this is the anti-bonding, and these two are the bonding molecular orbitals. This is also a bonding molecular orbital. So total how many electrons? 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8 electrons minus, and anti-bonding electrons are 2 divided by 2. So 8 minus 2 is 6 divided by 2, that will gives the 3. That means the number of bonds, each nitrogen can form a 3 bonds, or between the two nitrogens it can form a 3 bonds. So this is about the N2 molecule. Then the next one is the oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule. So in the oxygen molecule, the first point here is the atomic number of each oxygen, that is the 8, and the second point is electronic configuration. Electronic configuration of each oxygen, that is 1s2, 2s2, p4. This is the outermost orbital electronic configuration. And the third point is total number of electrons in O2 molecule, right? Total number of electrons present in O2 molecule. How many total number of electrons? 8 plus 8 will be the 16. And the fourth point is the energy level diagram, right? The energy level diagram of oxygen molecule. So one oxygen atomic orbitals of one oxygen I am taking into the right side and to the left side. So the outermost orbital configuration I am taking here. So this is the 2s2 atomic orbital of oxygen and the 2s2 atomic orbital of another oxygen. They are merged together and forming a bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital. This represents with sigma, this represents with the sigma star, and here two electrons are there, here two electrons are there. When they merge it together, they are forming a molecular orbitals, two molecular orbitals. And here two electrons, here also two electrons. Two electrons, and the next one is the p4. So the p orbital I am writing here, and this is the 2p4 of one oxygen and another p orbitals, p atomic orbitals. Four electrons are there in the another oxygen, and here 1 2 3 4. Okay, so 4 electrons, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And here till nitrogen, how we have written here, these pi bonds are acquiring a lower energy here, right? But in the oxygen molecule, the sigma bond will having a less energy than the pi orbitals. Pi bonding molecular orbitals, the upper one will not be changes here. So how many total number of electrons are there? Total 4 plus 4, 8 electrons are there. So 1, 2 electrons, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. So this is the sigma orbital of 2px, which is having a 2 electron, and pi orbital. This is also pi orbital. Both are having a same energy levels. And this is a 2py. 2 electrons are there. This is a 2pz. 2 electrons are there, and pi star 2py, 2 electrons are there, pi star 2pz, 2 electrons are there, and sigma star does not having any electrons, right? So now the next fifth point is the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration of O2 molecule. O2 molecule is, so the sigma, this is 2s2, right? This is the sigma star 2s2. So sigma 2s2 is having a lesser energy than the sigma star 2s2 and having a less energy than the sigma 2px. 2 electrons are having a less energy than the pi orbital of 2py, which is having 2 electrons, which is equal energy with the pi. 2pz is having a 2 electrons and which is less energy than the pi star. 2py, 1 electron is equivalent energy with the pi star. 2pz, 1 electron, right? So this is the electronic configuration of oxygen atom. And then the magnetic property or magnetic behavior of oxygen molecule. So how it behave magnetically, let us see now. Magnetic behavior, and in the magnetic behavior, is there any unpaired electrons are there in the electronic configuration of molecular orbitals? Yes, there are unpaired electrons are there. So that is the reason this is a paramagnetic substance. This substance are acts as a paramagnetic one. So which will, when it placed in the external magnetic field, it affected by or attracted by the external magnetic field. And then the next one is the seventh point is the bond order. So what is the bond order? The number of electrons present in the bonding molecular orbitals minus the number of electrons present in the anti-bonding molecular orbitals divided by 2. So bonding molecular orbitals, how many electrons are there? 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 7, 8. 8 electrons are there minus how many anti-bonding electrons? 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. 8 minus 4 divided by 2, that means 4 divided by 2. So which will give the 2? That means oxygen can form a double bond with another oxygen atom.